What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bill Mahari here, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast here on a Sunday evening here in the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to the greater boxing and basketball community, though, man. Got some stuff that I wanted to talk about today. Probably gonna go on probably for half an hour or something like that. Get some things off my system on the Canelo and Jacobs fight, and then the playoffs that we're seeing here today. Today, that was the Philadelphia 76ers and the Toronto Raptors. Their game 4 of that series, still, man. So just wanted to go in here for about probably about 30 minutes and get some things that I'm going through. You know what I mean? Now, today I also released the third episode of the Jersey Collection series. It's now on my YouTube page at the moment under the Jersey Collection playlist channel there. So you guys can go ahead and check out all the videos that I've released so far on that. So far, I've released 3, but I'm going to plan on releasing more in the future. So I did Chris Webber, John Stockton, and today I did Reggie Miller. So y'all can go ahead and check it out. Feel free to comment. Feel free to give me any pointers if you want to see any improvements to it. I'm trying to do more, do different things to it. Me walking around wearing the jersey or something like that. Just trying different things, try to make it more interesting. You know what I mean? Now, I want to talk about real quick my reaction to the Canelo and Jacobs fight from last night. Now, this was actually after the Rockets and Warriors, finished playing. So at least I was able to, stream the fight on my computer. I didn't even bought the Zone app because the Zone app is worthless buying anyway. And I overheard a lot of complaints from customers who were trying to watch the fight on the Zone app that it kept buffering too much, that it was creating a lot of unnecessary traffic, and it was buffering too much. So I didn't even bother buying that pay-per-view on the Zone anyway. Now, my reaction to the fight was, it was nothing more than just a simple, easy sparring match for Canelo Alvarez. Danny Jacobs didn't really came in there to fight. Now, before the fight, he actually went over the weight limit and broke one of the rules of the rehydration clause by the IBF. So I think he went over 4.5 pounds over the limit, and basically paid $1 million fine, which is like, yeah, whatever, at that particular stance. But when it came down to the fight, I had it 116, 112 in favor of Canelo. I just felt Jacobs wasn't really aggressive. All he was trying to do was just, survive, make it through the 12 rounds. He had some bright moments in between the rounds, but he just could not use his, physical tools to hurt the smaller Canelo Alvarez. And, all Canelo had to do was just slip his punches and then counter. That's what he basically did. You know what I mean? And Jacobs just was pity patting punches. He wasn't being authoritative with his punches. He really wasn't hurting Canelo, much in the fight. And basically, the reaction says it well. It was basically one side. Canelo knew that he was going to win the fight, obviously, because he had the judges on his side, though, anyway. So, and if Jacobs knew that, then why didn't he go in there with the mindset to try to destroy Canelo Alvarez, to try to go for his neck? You know what I mean? He just was not aggressive enough, and he didn't really. He was there, but there's a difference between being there in the fight and surviving than actually going for the win. He didn't go for the win, and it showed. And now that Canelo Alvarez is actually now the WBC, IBF, and WBA middleweight champion, he's actually succeeding what Gennady Golovkin was doing. And now, after the fight, he also said he wants to face Demetrius Andrade. That's a fight that was kind of brewing in the 154-pound class a couple of years ago, but the fight never materialized because Demetrius Andrade went through some, promotional problems, and and he basically was sat out on his contract for about a couple of years, wasn't being active. But that Canelo loves to fight on Mexican holidays, on Cinco de Mayo and on Mexican Independence Day. So if that's the case, then we're possibly going to go for an undisputed middleweight championship fight. and failure to the zone. You know what I mean? They did not. They did a poor job, promoting this fight. The fight between Canelo and Jacob should have been bigger than it could have been. You know what I mean? It was just not. It was just not a good. It was just not a good promotion. It should have been bigger. But you know what? That's what Golden Boy decided to do. They just decided to go with the zone instead of just staying the course with short time and still getting more publicity. Um, that's what kind of happened. But at the end of the day, Jacobs is going to look back on this fight and just going to slap himself in the head for not being authoritative and aggressive to try to go after Canelo Alvarez. And that's all there is to it. Like I said before, Jacobs had the physical tools, but can he put it together for a really good game plan? And you saw in the fight he didn't, and that's what it all comes down to it. But the fight was boring anyway, so I didn't even bother. I stuck it out, but in all honesty, though, I could have just I could have stopped watching the fight after the fifth round because I kind of knew what was going to take place. But I'm thankful that we got some more better fights ahead. We got Jared Hurd and Julian Williams next week too, and then I cannot wait for the rematch between Jermell Charlo versus Tony Harrison. I know a lot of my LDBC brothers have been had different takes and different stances about that fight, so it's going to be very interesting to see what takes place from there. Now, I have been messing around with Black Fight Fan TV, in terms of his love affair with Mr. White Jesus, Mr. Vasyl Lomachenko. I wanted to personally say I have no beef with him. Supporting, liking Vasyl Lomachenko, but what I'm trying to tell people is he's not what you think he is. He's not. He does what I watched in the Orlando Salido fight. If you take the fight to him and you fight in a phone booth style with Vasyl Lomachenko, he gets flustered. He cannot adjust to that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is this, Teofimo Lopez is only 21 years old, so experience-wise, it wouldn't be smart to put him in the ring at the moment. But like I said, the three guys that could possibly beat him: Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, and Devin Haney. Those are the three guys I can see him beating Vasyl Lomachenko. And hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong and if Vasyl Lomachenko could beat all three, then hey, I'm wrong, and he deserves his respect. But again, I love it just as it's all fun and games, though. But realistically, though, man, Lomachenko is not all the hype. He really is not. He hasn't been tested. You know what I mean? Other than Gary Russell or Nicholas Walters, he hasn't been really tested against somebody that can really hurt him. And all those fights, guys could not hurt him. If you could get to Vasyl Lomachenko and hurt him and make the fight uncomfortable for him, he can't do all the Eastern European style, which is basically fighting off the jab and using movement and try to get and slipping and dodging the shots. That's the Eastern European style, and I don't see how many of the Eastern Europeans can find a way to fight on the bone boost style, making the fight physical and ugly. That's how he lost to Orlando Salido. That's a carbon copy of probably how you can beat Vasyl Lomachenko. Just from my opinion, of course. Now, the other fights I cannot wait for too. Obviously Deontay Wilder, May 18th. Was it May 18th? Let me check it out real quick. I kind of swear that the fight's on May 18th against Dominic Brazil. Let's see, May 18th. Yes, correct. Now, I'm excited for this fight. I really am. Oh man, I've been waiting for Deontay Wilder to just knock this man out smooth cold. You know what I mean? Just smooth cold. You know why? Because Dominic Brazil is the kind of guy you just don't. You look at him and he's like, dude, you're not a likable person. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Two Robinson, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. Now, salute to 78 Sports TV. Fantastic interview with the champ Deontay Wilder. We got a lot of good insight about all the stuff been going down. you know. But I think that this time around, Deontay Wilder is going to come into that fight with the sense purpose to seek, destroy, and kill Dominic Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Listening while watching these games. Thanks to Robinson. Appreciate it though, man. And I will watch the Denver and Portland game as soon as I'm done here. Now, I expect nothing but pure destruction from Deontay Wilder on Dominic Brazil. Now, if he doesn't get the fight with Anthony Joshua, but like what he said last Friday night, he's got options. It's not like it's the end of the world. You know what I mean? And at this point in time, Anthony Joshua needs Deontay Wilder even more because Deontay Wilder is more well known than Anthony Joshua. That's a fact. That is a blatant fact. Who? Let's be real here. I actually let me tell y'all a story once. I was actually on BFTV's live stream there, and they were basically doing the same kind of topic between who's more popular, Joshua or Wilder. This one UK dude said that Anthony Joshua said he's more popular and more well known than LeBron James. I immediately dropped my cell phone and just said, I can't. I swear, UK trolls are just some of the most delusional people I ever seen and never met in my life. Now, there are a lot of realistic UK sports fans that know the truth, but I swear to you, that one for me took the cake. Like, just for you to say that Anthony Joshua is more well known than LeBron James, a guy who's been in the NBA for almost 16, 17 years and won 3 championships, more well known around the world than Anthony Joshua? Please. I don't even want. Don't get me started with that, man. That just blew me away. Immediately blew me away. Now I just wanted to get that out of my system. But yeah, like I said before, we got a lot of good boxing coming up the next few months. So we still got a lot of fights to look forward to. And also we got the Spencer Porter fight. Something that we've been waiting for since last year, and now it's going to take place. So let's make sure that brothers in Texas give the Porters a good, nice, warm welcome there. You know what I mean? Give them that nice, warm welcome there, so that way when it comes fight night, they can be set up a nice specialty platter with Kenny Porter's head on it too, platter style. You know what I'm saying? But now I got the boxing stuff out the way. Now I'm gonna get into the basketball side, which is right around my wheelhouse. I wanted to give my personal comments on the Raptors and Sixers game. I swear to you, the Raptors are like a team they're like friendly ghosts. Like they'll show up when they need to, but then they disappear when you need them. Now, kudos to Kyle Lowry and Marc Gasol. They actually did play well today. Kyle Lowry. Let me check out the stats though of that game. So just making sure we put the stat totals on that thing. There we go. So Kyle Lowry, 14 points. He had 14 points in the first quarter of play, but with Kyle Lowry, bro, I'm just getting sick and tired of his inconsistency. The only guy that really made a huge difference was Marc Gasol. He had 16 points. Serge Ibaka was playing big, and then Pascal Siakam. He looked like his calf injury was hurting him more than it should have been, and I don't think he should have been playing out there. But he gave his best effort. But salute to Kawhi Leonard. He scored 39 points, grabbed 14 rebounds, and made the sickest three off the pick and roll over the head of Joel Embiid. It was a fantastic shot, though, man, and probably one of the best shots he's ever taken as a Raptor this season. Now, I'm going to get into what happened in that game. The final 5 minutes of that game really frustrated me about the Philadelphia 76ers. They just do not find a way to settle themselves and try to get the ball inside to, Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? It drove me crazy because the fact is Joel Embiid had 11 points, but how many? Let me check out the shot chart from that game. I'm gonna pull up my NBA.com app on my cell phone. Just give me 1 second, people. 1 second. And oh yeah, Mark Wonderland, salute, brother. Thanks for coming in, though, man. Real appreciate it. Let's pull up the stat line of that game. Pull up the stat line. Box score. There we go. Boom. Okay. So with that being said, let's see here. Joel Embiid only had 10 shots. Jimmy Butler made oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Joel Embiid had 7 shot attempts the whole game. Like, and Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris had 23 shot attempts, and Jimmy Butler had 18 shot attempts. You know what I'm saying? Now, we know that Ben Simmons is going to give you that same almost familiar triple-double like performance though too, man. But the fact is, how do you not let Joel Embiid touch the rock? You know, when the game was close. And yes, Tobias Harris was horrible. He was 2 of 13 from 3-point line. Thank you for that. Thank you for that mention too, Robinson. Exactly. Like, all they did for that final stretch was just chuck it up threes. They did not even set up a play to get Joel Embiid some shots in the post. You know what I'm saying? It's just absolutely ridiculous. This is why I don't trust the Philadelphia 76ers come around playoff time, because they will show who they really are. An inconsistent young team that sometimes doesn't think don't think what they're doing out there. You know what I mean? Exactly. Tobias Harris, oh man, don't get me started with him. I mean, all they did for that final 5 minutes. You know what? Here's the funny thing though, guys. The last 4 minutes, the last 3 minutes of the game, they missed their last 8 shots from the field, and 4 of those shots from 3-point range. They went 1 of 12 in the final 5 minutes of that game. You're not going to win that many ball games if you're shooting that badly. Like, all they did was just penetration, shoot threes. Like, why are you chucking up threes? Get the ball to Will Embiid. He's waiting for to get the ball. And, you know, despite the fact that Joel Embiid was basically doing his thing on defense, you know what I'm saying? He only had 7 shot attempts. 7 shot attempts. You can't win that. You can't win that way when when your best player is basically not getting his shots. True Robinson says, I blame Embiid not getting his shots on Ben Simmons since he's a point guard. Exactly. But you know what? Here's the other thing, too. I also blame Brett Brown for not structuring plays down the stretch to get Embiid the basketball. Listen, the point guard is the extension of the coach. So how is it that you cannot find a way to get Joel Embiid the basketball down the stretch? Makes little to no sense to me. And this is why I don't trust the Sixers, even if they go on to win game 5. If they find a way to win this series, it's gonna be shocking. But they're not gonna win this series. This series is gonna end in 6 games with the Raptors winning it. This is a team that's just, there's something about that team that's just fundamentally flawed. You know what I'm saying? They don't play to their strengths. And when they don't play to their strengths, and when they try to chuck up threes to shoot themselves back into games, that's when they look horrible. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely beyond ridiculous. Now, last night, however, about the Rockets and Warriors game, Steph Curry took a lot of responsibility for that game, and yes, he deserves it. Salute to Ticket TV. You know, he basically also put the onus on just Stephen Curry. He did not play well. He basically choked down the stretch. Two Robinson says Brett Brown need to go. I agree. If Brett Brown cannot find a way to fund, here's what I really makes me, you know, kind of ingrates with Brett Brown. How do you not enforce Ben Simmons to improve his jump shot? How? I don't understand this. You don't have a true point guard. Ben Simmons is your point guard. That's fine. But how is it that your point guard cannot make jump shots. He's Think about this for a moment, everybody. Ben Simmons has made only one perimeter jump shot in these playoffs. Think about that for a moment. With all these point guards in the NBA right now taking big time jump shots, even Kyle Lowry struggling and all takes jump shots, even when he's not making them. How is it that your starting point guard only has taken one perimeter jump shot and he's only 54% from the free throw line? How does that work? How? Ugh. The Sixers, man, they are way too flawed. The way you could beat the Sixers is make Ben Simmons make jump shots and pressure Joel Embiid off the block because he's not good with his back to the basket. Now he's gotten better over time, better slightly a bit, but you would rather see him with his back to the basket. They don't have a true point guard, and then if you can let them force them to make tough threes, you know what? You got them beat. You got them beat. So my gripes on that series is this. I think the Raptors are going to try to go on cruise control here, and this series is going to end in 6 games. Now, when they do face the Milwaukee Bucks, the key thing that I'm going to say in that series is going to be basically the supporting cast. Guys like the Pascal Siakams, the Marcus Gasol, Danny Green, and especially Kyle Lowry. If those guys can step up and help out Kawhi Leonard in the conference finals, I can see them beating the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks have much more better balance and more supporting cast players that are more consistent than the Raptors are. But if those 4 guys, like I said, Pascal, Gasol, Green, Lowry, and also Ibaka too, if those guys can contribute in different ways to help Kawhi Leonard, I think the Raptors could be the one team that could give the Milwaukee Bucks a run for their money. But like I said before, I still got the Milwaukee Bucks winning the Eastern Conference and going to the NBA Finals. But let me go back. Let me go back into the Warriors and Rockets series. That series is going to be very interesting. And now, I think that the Warriors are going to adjust. You know what I'm saying? And then basically assign Klay Thompson to stay on James Harden. You know what I mean? Because he's been the one guy that has been tearing up the Warriors in this series. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Stenhouse, salute, man. He said he has no confidence in his jump shot. He hits them in warm-ups and practice. Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree with Ben Simmons, of course. But like I said before, there's a difference between making jump shots in warm-ups than in game situations. JMJ 2121, salute, man. Welcome aboard, homie. Welcome aboard. Y'all hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back, guys. Now, the one thing that's going to be so surprising tomorrow with the Warriors and the Rockets too is how they're going to try to adjust and keep Harden under control. You know, he's going to get his, but I think you also got to make sure that you got to figure out a way to get stops against the Rockets because, like I said before, D'Antoni's system is score more points, but basically don't play no defense. Now, they improved their defense somewhat. I'm not going to say they're not a defensive team. They are to a certain extent. But like I said before, D'Antoni's system is run up the scoreboard as much as you can, take as more threes as you want. You saw what happened in last year's Game 7 in the conference finals. Now, in the Milwaukee and the Boston series right now, I think that's going to be more of a compelling series, to say the least. You know, if the Celtics don't show up, if they don't show up tomorrow night, the Milwaukee Bucks are going to end this series. You know what I'm saying? I cannot stress you enough. Boston needs to get off to a better start than what when they did in Game 3. They can't afford to go down double digits in the first quarter because then it's going to be too tough for them to come back and expect for Kyrie Irving to bail them out. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford to be down double digits against a very good Milwaukee team that will bury you with threes and with Giannis basically destroying you in the paint. You can't afford to go down early, that kind of thing. So these series, man, they've been very entertaining though too. And right now we got the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trailblazers right now. And right now it's all tied at 71. With 6:32 to go in the third quarter of play. I'm gonna go ahead and read and watch that game though, as soon as I'm done here. So yeah, that triple overtime was a great classic. But like I said, and also what Ticket said though too, Rodney Hood only played 24 minutes to score 19 points, while El Aminu basically shot 2 for 9 and was 0 for 5 from 3-point range in that same triple overtime game, and played 44 minutes. Terry Stotts needs to trust his bench more. If he trusts his benches more, I think that the Portland Trailblazers can have a chance to put a stranglehold on the series. And right now, it's also 73-71 Portland Trailblazers with 6:14 to go in the third quarter of play. So that's just how I see it at the moment, though, man. With all the good basketball that's going on there too, we got a lot of entertaining series to say the least, though, man. So, and JMJ 2121 says that Kawhi 35 and Embiid 11. No way, Philly needs to get it together. Butler did his thing, though. I agree. No way, Philly. No way. Philly. Okay. I agree, JMJ 2121. I agree. Butler did his thing, though, too. But he also breaks some key shots down the stretch. But the guy that deserves the donut for the day was Tobias Harris. Horrible shooting. 2 for 13 from 3-point range. Like, bro, you could basically do more than just shooting threes. What really gripes about this generation of the NBA is a lot of players believe that they can shoot themselves out of it by taking more threes than they should. Like, do you understand that taking more threes actually makes you less confident to take more different shots? Like, bro, you don't always have to go in there to looking for the three every time. Try to go to the basket or take a pull-up mid-range jumper. Take a shot to something so that way you can see the ball go through the net. 78 Sports TV just showed up. He said, Butler musty as hell. Hey, 78, bro. Relax, man. 78, and he just said, Butler's musty as hell. Hey, 78, my brother, listen. I understand you're going to get freaky this summer, bro, on your birthday, though, man. Listen. Jimmy Butler's calling you out, though, man. He said on your birthday, if you decide to come out and get freaky on that day, he's gonna pull up and see you, man. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, y'all, salute to the general, man. Yeah, y'all make sure to support all the LDBC brothers, though, man. They put in major work, bro. Also subscribe to their Patreon pages, though, too. Because right now YouTube is stripping away their monetization on their pages, which is absolutely ridiculous. Just go in there and apply to the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? 78 is just playing around, though, man. Hey, 78, my brother. Jimmy Butler also said though too that if you keep this up, man, he's gonna come to your house and take your girl from you. What you gotta say about that, 78? I know, I'm just playing, just having some fun. I'm just playing, man. You don't want that kind of work. Trust me. So. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, man, I got like I said before, it's going to be the Bucks versus the Raptors. Like I said before, the only way that I can see the Raptors beating the Milwaukee Bucks It's very simple. The role players for the Raptors need to step up and contribute to help out Kawhi Leonard. If they don't get to the finals, anything less than the NBA finals is going to be considered another failure in their books. They, the right now, the reason they made this trade is because they believe Kawhi Leonard could get them over the hump. He show up at my house. He dies with deodorant. He said, he show up at my house. He dies with deodorant on. Oh, 78, man. You tripping though, man. He basically said though, how you gonna get the deodorant on if I'm the one gonna be locking your ass down on the court though, man? Listen, he said I smell fresh. That's why them ladies love me. Oh man. Hey man, give it up to 78 though, bro. He is hilarious though, man. Man. Hey, listen, June 6th on his birthday, we need to show him all the love and respect though, man. But make sure he don't go all freaky style on us. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, why not? Why not? Why not? So Kevin Stenhouse says Butler said Butler said keep it up. He's going to take Philly to the NBA Finals. Hey, 78. I think Kevin Stenhouse just made that comment for you. He said that Butler says keep it up. He's going to take Philly to the NBA Finals at Milwaukee's expense. What you got to say about that, General? Oh man, this is man. This conversation has now become become a comedy show, man. It's freaking hilarious. Yeah, man. So, like I said before, uh, these series though, man. I hope they go all full 7 games, but I could see the Warriors and Raptors. Actually, I'm sorry. The Warriors and Rockets ending in 5 games with the Warriors on top. And then the 2 7-game series I could see are possibly the Portland Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets, and then the Sixers and the Raptors. That's about it. 78 says, if he beats the Bucks, I'll be a fan of him. No. Oh, no. 78. Don't sell out on your word, though, man. You got to keep up You got to keep up with your word, though, man. I'm telling you, bro. E5 player, what's up, though, man? Yeah, man, just shooting the stuff on the playoffs, though, man. You know, salute to 78 Sports TV. You know, he's basically making a comedy fest out of this, though, now. Oh, man. You know what? I was also thinking, though, too. If Jimmy Butler also said, though, he can show you your rising sun, though, too, a little bit of good time. You know what I'm saying? Get them girls in there in them clubs. You know what I'm saying? right down the East Coast, though, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Everything's all good, though, man. You know, I always like to have a good time, have some fun. You know, so it's always more fun when you just go in there, just just have a good time. Sometimes, always talking about basketball and boxing can be a little bit more boring though too. So, but also, by the way, guys, for those of y'all who just tuning in though too, um, I just posted my third video of the Jersey Collection series, also on my page as well. This time is on the Mr. Reggie Miller though too. So right now there's currently 3 episodes so far. I'm hoping to make 2 or 3 more episodes this month though, man. I'm gonna try to do some different things to it. Try to multi faceted my creativity though too. Do some different things as well, but not try to do too much. Because it's always good to try different things. That's how you be able to learn and just and basically grow your platform as well. So right now, at the moment, let's make sure to check out my subscriber totals right now at the moment here. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, great. So We got 225 subscribers. So for everybody who's got wrenches though too, you know what? JMJ 2121, let me give you a wrench though, man. You deserve a wrench. You've been here since day one. Here, man, you deserve a wrench, brother. There's your wrench. JMJ 2121, you officially have a wrench now, brother. You've been here since day one though, man. So you deserve a wrench. So the goal at this point right now is to try to get to 300 subscribers. Hopefully, the long-term goal will be to try to get to 1,000 subscribers by next year. But it's going to take a lot of commitment, and a lot of work. So I'm gonna do my end to provide some videos, some short clip videos, some more live streams with all my LDBC brothers, But also make sure to share this live stream. Share my video, share my jersey collection series on your social media platforms. And let's get this thing jumping, though, man. Because I want this channel to be multi-diverse, though, too. But here's my policy on trolling. No trolling allowed. And I got some good people who are wrenches, though, man. So any trolling comments are immediately blocked. Immediately. Now, if you have a different opinion about something, I will leave you some leeway. But if the conversation is not going too good, and if it's more of a casual conversation, no time to deal with that. That's my policy on that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, salute to the general, 78 Sports TV. Thanks for tuning in, though, bro. Hey, let's keep supporting that brother's channel, though, man. You know what I mean? Sorry, congrats. No, you're good. You're good. That's all good, though, JMJ 2121. No problem, man. You're totally good. You didn't have to reject your message. I got what you were saying, so you're good. You're totally good. So, I got in the finals, like I said before, I got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Golden State Warriors. I got the Warriors beating the Bucks in 6 games. Sorry, General. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is, though, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up right now because I got to get ready for work tomorrow morning, though, man. It's the beginning of another grind, another week, another week of the grind. Try to go in there and try to make that money and get a new car. Try to make sure to do something. But hopefully by next year, this channel can be big enough that at least we'll be able to push it out even further, and then we'll see what happens from here on in. So thanks for everybody for tuning into the chat, and also salute to the general 78 Sports TV. For chiming in and walking in, though, man. And he's gonna get a little freaky this summer, though. So be aware, Milwaukee. So let's go ahead and share this live stream on your social media platforms. Make sure to smash that like button on the way out, though. So this has been Bill Mehari from MehariNation Sports Podcast. Salute to the entire LDBC. Salute to the entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community. And we did our job. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, and by the way, last thing before I go. I'm going to step up my live stream coverage. So I'm going to go in and live at 8 p.m. Central Time. As soon as 78 Sports TV is done with his live stream, though, too. So that way I can at least keep up with you guys to try to engage more in conversation, though, too. So hopefully that we can continue more of the engagement, though, as well, for all the people who want to listen in and tune in and express their opinions about anything, about boxing, basketball, sports, whatever you want to talk about. So I'm going to come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. Same bad place, same bad channel. Y'all have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow night.